Morning everyone, it's Yvonne here to do your What's Cracking reading. I grabbed out the Albino Rider-Waite Tarot today for a bit of a change and we'll pull an oracle card from the Moonology deck. So before we go any further, thank you so much for all your beautiful kind words and your support, especially when I'm a little bit erratic at this time. I do appreciate you checking in and listening to the readings though. Page of Cups. I can't think of anything else to say. I'll be in Young in a couple of weeks' time. I know there's a few people over there that watch me, so if you want a reading with me, you might want to get there early. Look, you've got the World card coming in, so some of you look to me like you may be purchasing or buying a ticket to go somewhere you really love to go. So very much a good trip for you, because I feel like with that World card it will give you a chance to really step back and take a good look at life and decide what you want going forward. So with those cards jumping out there, so if you're thinking of taking a trip, this is your sign. All right, let's get into it. So we're coming up with the High Priestess. I don't mind starting a reading with the High Priestess because it tells me that you're really tuning into your intuition. It is about us understanding we have a higher self. It's about understanding us that we have sort of a greater destiny than just being here on the planet. There's so much more to this. For some people, I feel that the High Priestess may represent your spirituality, who you are at that higher level. But it also, for me, tells me that I'm speaking to a lot of people who are very tuned into that at the moment. Sort of like inner knowing, intuition, that type of energy. So something is coming to you here, and maybe that's why you got those cards up the front. Somebody is bringing something to you, and I feel like you already know this. It may be that you don't maybe know when it's going to happen. You might not even be sure that it is going to happen, but for some reason you think it is. So it could be, for example, that you've gone for a few jobs. Maybe you haven't been successful, but you know a job's coming. So you may have sat in one interview where you felt really strongly that you'd done well. This could also be money. So it could be that you were expecting some sort of inheritance or windfall to come. You knew it was coming, you weren't sure when, but definitely somebody's bringing you some sort of offer here that's going to give you an opportunity for a new start. Now, that's why I'm wondering if that's why you're thinking it. If you're one of those people who goes, you know what, if this happened, then the first thing I'm going to do is book a trip. I'm going to book a trip and I'm going to go to Italy because it's the place I've always wanted to go to. So when I see the Fool card here, I feel like something's coming here that you somehow have expected or anticipated, and it's going to give you an opportunity for a brand new beginning. And I love that the Hierophant's here. Now, this is really interesting here because you could have a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or even a Taurus here coming in with some sort of offer for you. Whoever this person is, you know, or you knew they were coming. They're going to offer you a brand new beginning. And for me, the Hierophant can talk about, you know, traditional way of doing things, marriage, commitment. Whoever this person is, they look like they're on their way to you. I feel like they've let go of something. They want a brand new beginning. All right, for some of you, this may be in regards to a job. It may be in regards to inheritance. But I feel like the majority of people here may be waiting to hear from someone. And I feel like that's what that energy is that person may be making contact. To me, that's an offer, especially with that Knight of Pentacles and then the Ace of Pentacles. To me, that's a long-term commitment. So if you've been waiting on someone to pop the question, this looks like it is the time. All right, so we have the Five of Wands coming through. So there seems to be some sort of, I don't know whether you've had a little bit of a haggle with this person. Maybe things haven't or didn't sort of go well for a while. Maybe you're at odds with each other a little bit. Look, you can love a person to the moon and back, but doesn't mean you're always going to be, you know, on the same page as each other. And to me, this is sort of feels like you may have been haggling. Maybe you were wanting sort of more, but they weren't offering it. But I feel like this just sort of, for me, says it's definitely coming. All right, so no longer single with that Nine of Pentacles there. There's the offer I saw coming. And then we have the Hanged Man. I just want to check out the next card. Yeah, Knight of Cups. All right. So definitely somebody coming in with an offer here that's going to take you out of this sort of single energy. So I feel like here, if it is to do with a job for you, it may be something that you can really commit to for a long time. So that sort of makes me feel maybe it's not just a little job. Maybe it's a really, it's part of your career path. Maybe you've been trying to crack into a new career and you're finally getting the go ahead here. I feel like here with the Hanged Man, it doesn't feel so much like waiting here. It feels more like perhaps you've been seeing things differently to what you did before, especially with that Five of Wands. You know, sometimes we can get very stuck in the way we see things, the way we live our lives, the way we interpret things, especially with that Hierophant, because sometimes we can see things as only being the way we see them. We can be a little self-righteous in that it should happen this way and we don't see another way. And for me, this is perhaps your person or this job is coming left field. So it may not be coming in a standard traditional way. I mean, I feel that if somebody is definitely an offer of love coming through here, no doubt in my mind whatsoever. Pisces energy coming up very, very strongly here too. But this offer is definitely coming. Let's crack into it. Okay, so now I see why the Hanged Man's there. I really feel here, especially with Seven of Swords and Five of Pentacles, that perhaps maybe you didn't, maybe you wanted it to happen with that High Priestess. Maybe in your gut you really wanted it, but there's a lot of self-doubt here. A lot of questioning things, a lot of trying to see things from a different perspective. And maybe because you've got this sort of energy of not being on the same page, maybe you feel that you sabotage something or that your person doesn't want anything to do with you anymore. So that might be why it's sort of coming as a bit of a surprise. Because I feel like here, you know, it's sort of this energy of thinking something was done. So, you know, I always say, if you've questioned someone or you've put pressure on someone and they run in the opposite direction, it weren't worth your time in the first place. So to me, this looks like you may have thought that you'd mess things up or that you were too forceful or questioning, but I still feel this person is really coming your way. So we've got the Five of Swords here. Yeah, look, victory card, Six of Wands, and then the Queen of Swords. All right, I'm just going to have a little look at the beginning. So I feel like you're anticipating or expecting an offer to come to you here. It's going to give you a brand new beginning here. And for some of you, this is about commitment, marriage. I feel like whoever this person is has let go of some old way to bring about a new way. Now, it could be that they've left another relationship behind, but it doesn't feel like that to me. It feels like you may be dealing with someone who didn't want to get married, for example. It may be why you've had words. Maybe they didn't believe in the idea of marriage. Maybe they've been married before and didn't want to do it again. Whatever this is here, it's almost like you've had to see something completely different. So maybe you adjusted to that. Maybe you thought, well, you know, I just want to be with you. If I can't marry you, well, let's just be together. Maybe you came to some sort of agreement. But to me, I feel like whoever you're dealing with here, maybe they wanted to get married and you weren't sort of really interested in that sort of commitment here. For others of you, this is definitely to do with work. I almost want to say to you too, don't be tricked into thinking that relationships are so easy, they just breeze on by. I hear this all the time. Oh, it should be so much easier than this. Relationships are, even if you absolutely and totally adore the person, even if you love everything about the person, your relationship will still take work, as anything does. All right, so we have this Queen of Swords, and if you don't have that attitude, then that may be why I'm getting this. And this self-sabotage sort of energy that's coming through with it. Maybe you need to see things from a different perspective. Because to me, there's an energy here that you were going to get what you wanted, but maybe you were just so fixated in what you wanted, you weren't seeing it from the other person's perspective. I do feel like you love this person. You could be dealing with somebody a little younger than you here. All right, why is the Queen of Swords here? Ah, the Star. Five of Swords, the Lovers. Oh, wow. Okay. You will get your wish. You will get what you wanted. Whether this is like a full-time job, something you're committed to, a career choice, a change in direction, it's all aligning with the stars here. So everything is aligning the way you needed it to. I do feel with that sort of energy of the Lovers that it could be a complete change of direction, as with the Fool card. So maybe you didn't think your person or you were going to get a job and it was a long way away from you. Maybe you didn't think that was going to happen, because I see you sort of moving in a slightly new direction to accept this, and that's why that leap of faith is there. But this Queen of Pentacles tells me that if it's commitment you're after, she's the person I would look for. If it is commitment work, for example, that's what I would look for. So I feel like here with these energies here as the outcome here, I feel like you are perfectly aligned with what you want, and you are definitely moving in the direction. If you believe in free will, then you're making the choice. If you believe in destiny like I do, then it's just part of your pathway. Okay, let's pull you an oracle card. There it is. Don't let pride get in your way. Well, that's very interesting, because that sort of fits very, very well with what I was saying. That sometimes we become so obstinate we can only see it our way, and it doesn't always mean that that is the right way. So don't get so stuck in the way you want things. Don't let pride get in your way. Attune to the moon. Self-esteem is good, vanity is not. Everyone is equally important. Have you been letting your pride become an obstacle? Maybe that's where that Four of Pentacles is sort of coming through, you know, being able to let go and sort of see things from a different perspective. Is the question you're asking based in your ego, or is it from your heart? Leo energy is all about the heart. Think about the big-hearted king of the jungle, the lion. Its energy is magnificent, but when it's combined with the rush of the full moon, it can become over the top. This card may come to you because you need to end a deadlock that's developed. So maybe that's exactly, you know, it's the same if this applies to you in regards to work. Sometimes we will refuse a particular job or a particular position because it doesn't quite fit with what we wanted. And I feel like sometimes we miss then great opportunities. For example, you don't take a job because it's only part-time or casual, but how do you know further down the track it's not going to become full-time? Or you want to be a manager and you take a job that gives you a team leader position. How do you know it's not going to get to management further down the track? So I feel like that's sort of why it's sort of coming up as a deadlock. More love and thoughts for the greater good of the solution to this dilemma. You need to find a balance between your own needs and the other people around you. So whatever it is for you here, I feel like you're going to sort it out, but I do feel that your person is looking at things from both perspectives. So that's really good. You've got someone who's a bit more open-minded. All right, I will leave you with that. Have a wonderful day.